A big thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring this week's video.
It doesn't get any better than just being by the sea, just watching the ocean, does it? It's so relaxing. Excuse me. Morning everybody again. So it's sunrise time and I've got to admit I'm pretty tired because I decided to get up in the night as well and do a little bit of astrophotography in exactly this place. So I saw this walking back, I saw this big rock face behind me, I saw the patterns on the floor. I thought it'd make some good astro, and then luckily I found that the Milky Way was just going in the gap, so it looked fantastic. I took a couple of shots on my Z7 with my 14 to 70mm lens at 14mm, which is not the ideal lens because it's only f4, but I still got some good shots. And I also took some on my Google Pixel 4, which is such an incredible phone. So I've just come out for some nighttime photography and it's looking pretty good. I'm trying the Google Pixel and my Z7 will compare, and I found a fantastic rock here.
Time goes by, yeah, you and I are running out.
Anyway, this morning I don't think we're going to get a lot of light, although the clouds are sort of going a little bit pink before. I'm here about 45 minutes before sunrise, and let's see what we can get. I need a coffee. So this morning's not yielded a huge amount. The light's not amazing. I'm not super inspired either, but so I've just taken the time just to sit and just watch the scene really. I've got a few ideas when I come back tonight, but I definitely think it's a sunset location. Although there's been some nice clouds, and I've got a shot back there which I'm quite pleased with just prior to sunrise. It's time to go and get a coffee and breakfast now. What a beautiful place, absolutely amazing.
So would you stay for a minute so I can be brave? Let me catch my breath. Now I can feel what I'm saying. I'm letting you know this heart's on the edge.
So it's the second night, the second sunset, and it's looking fairly similar to last night actually, which is good. So I've got a good idea of what's going to happen. It's good that I've been here before and trying something just a bit different. I think what I'm going to do is definitely shoot nearer the water. Now there's wind whipping across the water at the moment, creating some amazing sort of white horses as well. So I think I'll probably try and get those as sort of mid-ground. So that's one sort of plan. And then I also just want to get this shot here with this sort of honeycomb rock, which looks so stunning. So I'm going to try and get both of those shots, and I might try and shoot this as well when the sun's set, so there's no light on the foreground, just creating more even lighting, so there's no shadows. But at the moment the sun's just gone behind the cloud and there's still sun on the mountain over there, so it's perfect conditions. I'm going to shoot this and then move on.
That's why I wanna spend my life with you.
tonight what I've done is just come a little bit further this way down the beach. So you can see that I've got a really good view of these two mountains here, but not such a good view of the mountain around the corner, and there's a bit of a hill sort of blocking me off on the right hand side there. So this rock here sort of balances the two things up. Now this is going to be in shade and that's going to be in sun, so I'm still not 100% sure it's going to work, but I think it's got a good chance of working. And then what I've got is I've got my 14 to 30mm lens on my Z7, and then I've got a polarizing filter, so one of these case sort of magnetic ones, which is just fantastic. And in fact, I just dropped it before and it didn't break, so that's good, luckily, because I've only got one. And then these waves are just crashing in, as you can see here, and as they're crashing in, and the tide's going out, so I'm going to have to move forward and recompose because the rocks change. But as it's crashing in, it's creating these nice sort of lines in the rocks, as you can just see. Now, we didn't have any waves last night, so that should be good. And the clouds are still looking amazing. It's just a case of waiting now and just taking quite a lot of photos. It doesn't get any better than just being by the sea, just watching the ocean, does it? It's so relaxing. I still haven't found that magic shot yet though. I want to find something just in the foreground that will just light up the shot. I can't quite find it. Anyway, let's have a go. Okay, so we're getting a little bit of light on the mountains behind, and this is really good here, and I've got a good composition with the rocks on the left and the rocks on the right, the other way around to you. But it's getting quite busy now. There's quite a lot of people here, which is never as good. I just like the beach to myself, but obviously we've got to share it. Round where I was yesterday, it was like about a 40-minute walk and nobody had walked over there. So all I've got to do is wait for the light to hit the mountains, and it could be really special.
Time goes by, oh precious time. Wait, just 1 minute. Time goes by.
So it's 3 minutes till sunset now, and it looks like the light has finally come out just below the horizon and lighting up one of the curtains in the background. It looks stunning. I've got the foreground sorted, I've taken the exposure for that, I just need to get the exposure for the background. So it's just been a question of waiting, but it's worth it. It's not as strong as it was last night, but it's certainly really powerful image. In fact, the best clouds are probably over there, and they're just a little bit out of my image, out of my photo. Look at that cloud behind me. It's absolutely spectacular. It was one of the sunsets that just lights up right at the end, just as the sun crosses the horizon. I don't know whether I got a really fantastic landscape shot, but it was amazing to be here. What a fantastic couple of days I've had here. So you can see that I was really lucky, and I had a fairly spectacular another sunset on that second night, but the sunrise didn't really work out, and to be honest, I was pretty uninspired after doing the Astro and waking up at 2 AM and then going back to bed at about 4 AM. But I took a shot with my Google Pixel 4 as well, and you've probably seen I've posted quite a lot with this. I'm really enjoying using this phone. I was just blown away by the Astro stuff. Now, obviously, it doesn't compare to my Nikon Z7. If you zoom in closely, you can see that the Nikon blows it away. But to even be able to get a shot of the stars and the Milky Way with a mobile phone is incredible, and I think computational photography is something that's really going to come on. I think it'll go into more cameras as well, so you'll have that brilliant optical technology and that computational technology to produce amazing shots. So I'm really excited about that. I think, you know, photography is only going to gain from it, and I actually really enjoy just shooting with my phone. I recently went out in the woodland and I just used my phone because I just had walking pebbles and I don't often take my big phone, and I took these shots which I was really, really pleased with. And I think it sort of is just simpler somehow, just trying to find compositions when you're not worrying about, you know, your technology too much. Okay, I just wanted quickly say something about my calendar. So I've still got about 30 copies of this left, I think. I've been saving a few back just to make sure everyone got it delivered, that they're all delivered now. Well, I think they're all delivered now. I've not had anybody come to me and say they haven't had a calendar delivered. So if you haven't had it, then let me know. But I've got 30 left, so they're now up for sale again. You can check them out on the link here or on my website. Interestingly, I just want to show you one shot as well, which was this one here, which was a shot, oh, that's a nice one from the Faroes, but it was this one here, which was a shot from Elgol. So just get the light on that correct, there we go. So yeah, so this was a shot on Elgol, and it was, I couldn't find that stone had gone, but that made the shot in this particular case. And it was an overcast day, but what a location. There are so many compositions that you can find on that beach. I could have spent another week there and loved it. It was really, really special. So I've got a few more photos to show you. Before I do, I just want to say a quick word from the sponsor, Squarespace. Again, you know the deal, that they're massively helpful to this channel, and I'm currently writing a blog with Squarespace on my Scotland trip, so make sure you check it out. It's not going to be live for Sunday, or I think it's unlikely to be live for Sunday, because I'm just about to travel to Denmark and I'm going to be shooting, so I'm going to be out of action for a little bit, but I'll post a link in the description so when it is live. Otherwise, just go to my website and check out my blog. It's really easy to do a blog using Squarespace, and you know, make it simple to add in images. Make sure you get them the right size. And if you're ready to give it a trial, then you can go to www.squarespace.com/Nigel for 10% off if you're ready to purchase, or you can use the offer code Nigel. Okay, I wanted to finish this video with some photos, but not my photos, photos from the people that were on the workshop in Skye and in Torridon. There were 8 of us in total, and it was pretty spectacular. So I want to show you some of their photos because I think they were amazing, and yeah, so I'll leave you with those photos, and I'll talk a little bit more about those photos and some other photos from Scotland and what we learned from that workshop, which I think are really valuable lessons that I can talk about, and I think I'll make a really good video in next Sunday's video. And until then, bye.
Promise